Hello and welcome to my weekly video blog, and today on A Vogel Talks Menopause I'm going to be talking about getting a bloated belly and experiencing gas in the perimenopause. If you like my tips and advice, then please subscribe and remember to hit the bell icon so you can be notified of all my new videos. I often make a reference to bloating in some of my video blogs, but today I thought I would focus on it. I get lots of questions on it on a regular basis, and I'll explain what can cause it and what you can do to help yourself. The first important thing is to differentiate between bloating and weight around the middle, or what we call belly fat. Now, weight gain around the middle tends to start just under the bust line, and it will sort of go out the way and then stop under the belly button. Bloating tends to occur under the belly button. This is where it starts. But obviously, if you bloat enough, it can then start to put up the way. Weight gain around the middle, it will stay there no matter what time of day it is, no matter what time of the month it is. It won't change shape very much at all. Whereas bloating can change quite dramatically. You may find you get up in the morning, you get your jeans up and you think, yes, I can do the zip. And by tea time, you just feel so bloated and so cramped that you end up having to put on some elasticated joggy bottoms. You might find it's worse at certain times of the month. Normally, this would be just before your period is due. It can also change at different times of the day. After meals, some women find that they get bloated quite quickly after they've eaten, and then it subsides later on during the day. This can also be accompanied by wind. You're either passing a lot of wind, or else you find that after meals you're burping, and it can be really quite uncomfortable at either end. So what causes this? Most of it is to do with the hormonal shifts. Falling estrogen especially can affect the whole of the digestive tract. So it can affect the digestion in the stomach. So you can end up with things like digestion. If you're not digesting your food probably in the stomach, it will start to ferment, and that fermentation process will carry on right through the digestive tract. And by the time it gets to this bit, there's a lot of gas being produced by your food, and that just swells your tummy up and then makes you feel the need to pass wind. Falling hormones can also slow down your transit time. So you might find that you're not as regular in your bowel habits as you used to be. You might find you're only going either once a day or once every 2 days, or even worse sometimes. So constipation can be a really big factor in the bloating issue too. PMS symptoms, as I mentioned before, some women do find that their digestion slows down and gets a bit weaker just before periods are due every single month. It can also be other health issues. So if you are approaching the perimenopause and you already have digestive problems like IBS or celiac disease or Crohn's disease, or things like diverticulitis, then very often these can be irritated further as your hormones start to change. So your symptoms can start to get worse at this point. So what can you do to help yourself? Friendly bacteria, they're so important for your digestion and also for hormone balance. So make sure that you're either taking a probiotic supplement on a regular basis, or you could look at our Molkazam fruit, which is recommended for digestive problems. Sort the constipation. It's really important, not only just for the bloating and the gas issue, but if you are constipated, you are not eliminating your deactivated hormones, and that can then contribute to all the hormonal imbalance that's going on in the body. So constipation is a really big no-no in the perimenopause and the menopause. look at stress. Stress will affect your digestion really quickly. The minute you feel stressed or anxious, your digestive tract switches itself off. So if you've got food anywhere in the digestive tract and you start to get anxious or stressed, it's going to sit there, it's going to ferment, and it's going to cause the bloating and the gas. If you do get the PMS symptoms and your periods are still regular, you could look at the herb Agnus castus, which can help with, it's known to help with all sorts of PMS symptoms. Walking, exercise, really, really great. Even a brisk 15-minute walk a day will do wonders for your digestive tract. If you're walking like this, you are actually massaging the whole of your digestive tract, and that's going to help with transit time and elimination too. Yoga as well. There are some great poses. You can Google online or go onto YouTube. You can find yoga poses for aiding digestion, which can be really helpful, and they will only take a few minutes a day. Chew well. When we're busy, what do? We chomp, and then we're running about. Our digestion can't cope, and your stomach can't cope with big lumps of food. So meal times should be sacred. There should be times when you're sitting down, you're relaxed, and you are not disturbed. So you chew really well, because that will help your stomach digestion, and it will help right the way down too. And the other really important thing here is don't drink a lot when you eat, because if you are drinking cups of tea or cups of coffee or juice or whatever, when you're eating, you are going to dilute your digestive acids and enzymes, and that's going to affect your digestion as well. So if you must drink anything whilst you're eating, just a small amount of plain water. I've been doing this for years, and I find now I can't actually have a lot to drink when I'm eating because it just feels so utterly uncomfortable. So that's a nice one to try, and it can make a huge amount of difference. I know I'm always going on about drinking water, the rest of the day, loads and loads of water, but very little at meal times. You can look at bitter herbs. The Mediterranean diet is known to be really good for digestion and health. And in the Mediterranean diet, they include lots of bitter herbs like fennel, like endive, like chicory. So these bitter foods stimulate your digestive juices and aid digestion. If you're not too keen on the green stuff, you can look at our herb Centurium, or if you're getting a lot of wind or flatulence, then our licensed product Digestazan can be taken. Figure out too what foods are causing this. Unfortunately, carbs are a really big factor here. So if you're having high carb foods with, say, lots of rice or lots of pasta or a big sandwich, one of these great long sandwiches at lunchtime, they could be the culprits here. So some women find going on a low carb diet reduces the bloat really, really quickly. But when do you need to see the doctor about the bloating? It's really important for several reasons, and the NHS has given a set of guidelines here. So if you are bloated continually for more than 3 weeks, if you get bloated regularly, so that's practically every single day, if you have tried to change your diet and you haven't noticed any difference, if you're getting any swelling, any lumps, any discomfort in the tummy area, if the bloating is being accompanied by nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, sudden weight loss, or you're finding blood in your stools, or you're finding that you just can't do the things that you do because the bloating is so bad. Any of these symptoms that you're getting, please get these checked out by your doctor first, just to rule out any other issues that may be going on here. So I hope you found this one helpful. It's quite a big subject, as you can see. So if any of you have found something that's really helped your belly bloating and wind, please share it with us, because we would love to know. And until then, I will see you next week for another edition of A. Vogel Talks Menopause.